Good morning, fellow peeps and folks. I'm Allie, and this is a very important update. As you might have noticed, for some of the shows that I'm doing, I am not announcing any shows that might come after. And I am not thinking about doing any polls about what might come after. Because I am going to cut back on what I am doing on this channel. First, I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you why I'm making this decision, and then later, I hope I'm gonna timestamp this, I'm going to tell you what exactly will be happening. So, the reason why I'm doing this is not because I don't like what I've been doing until now. The channel has been a very important step in my life. I have found a lot of friends through this, and I've gotten into communities that I never would have gotten into if I didn't do this. So I'm very happy to have done it. But sometimes things have to end in a way that currently I am working on doing my master's. I'm hoping to write my master's thesis during the next few months. And other than that, I have a lot of other things that I'm gonna do that I need to be doing to get my life in order and all that stuff. So it's really just a real life jumps in kind of thing. At least that's the first reason. The second reason is that I have found more and more that when it comes to recording stuff, it feels more and more like a chore to me. I have not as tight a recording schedule as many other people do, of course. I've always had it so that I only post one video a week for a certain show, and then I have like 3 to 4 things ongoing. And yeah, it's still too much. I wanted to, well, when I started the channel, I wanted to record. I wanted to talk about things that I enjoyed. It was my way to connect with the outer world, basically. I enjoyed it very much, and every time I sat down to record, I was ecstatic. I liked it. I was enthusiastic. Until a while ago, when it started to feel more and more like, yeah, I have a schedule to fill. I don't really have any motivation right now, but I still need to do it because it has to come up like in a few days. So that is how it started to feel not great. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop completely. It doesn't mean that I'm going to abandon stuff that I am doing. I have thought about cutting back on content for a while now. Because not only do I prepare to go into life and find a job maybe in a few months, a job that doesn't entail doing YouTube videos, but I also have a few other pastimes now that I want to have time for, and you know, sometimes too much stuff can stress you out, so I have to cut back, set priorities. This is what this is about. And YouTube, sadly, is, in my mind, not a priority anymore. I have found a lot of good people through this, and I am happy that there's so many people who enjoyed watching the videos or come on the Discord and stuff, or on the live streams. I don't want to end everything good on this channel, but sometimes just life happens. And I hope that you understand this. So moving on to what will change, well, aka how this is gonna happen. First of all, this is why I have to record this video right now, because on Patreon, the last Overlord episode is coming out, like, in today, I think? I think it's today. And after that, no more Overlord episodes are gonna come out. I'm probably not gonna do season 4 when it comes out, and no other series will join on the Patreon only tier. The Patreon only tier will still exist because it's gonna take until December until the Overlord episodes are out on YouTube, so I'm still gonna keep that. You can still watch the episodes half a year ahead. I'm just not gonna add more to it. So that is what will happen, like, right now. Then we have Owl House. I will watch Owl House until the end of season 2, and seeing how I feel, I might do the rest of the series when it comes out. I'm saying this because I enjoyed Owl House quite a bit, while Overlord was always a bit iffy on me. This is why I decided not to do Overlord anymore, but I'm gonna do Owl House. I still have one recording session left for season 2, and maybe I'll do the rest when it comes out too. But after that, the Sunday is not gonna have any Owl House and is not gonna have a new show. I am going to, well, delete basically the second and third tier on my Patreon, because it's not gonna give any more than I have on my YouTube channel when Owl House finally finishes on the YouTube channel. So, just to tell you, you might want to adjust the Patreon already or whatever. Like I said, the Patreon only tier, the lowest tier, will still be available until December. The rest will be gone when, you know, the last of Owl House comes out on YouTube, which will be in the beginning of August. That is when I will cut down on the tiers on Patreon. Then we have Red vs. Blue, which usually was on Saturdays, but will now move after Owl House finishes to Sundays. It's because first of all, I'm still gonna do Red vs. Blue until the end. It's only a few seasons left. I've already done way a lot more than for a lot of shows because it's a really effing long show. Yeah, I will finish up Red vs. Blue like it happens, you know. And depending on if it still gets more seasons or not, I might do more seasons or not. But yeah, Red vs. Blue is gonna move to Sundays, so the Saturdays are gonna be free for the only show I'm really still gonna do every time it comes out, definitely. RWBY. Because that is how I started getting into that stuff, into reactions, into Rooster Teeth. So I am going to do RWBY no matter what. Even if this channel is just a tiny speck of whatever in the void of videos on YouTube, I'm still gonna do RWBY. And that's a promise. I hope I can keep it. So since Red vs. Blue is now gonna move to Sundays, I have Saturdays completely free to upload RWBY. I don't have to do a break for Red vs. Blue to upload RWBY, like I did before, because I had a lot of other shows. So this is how it's gonna go. So Overlord is gonna finish, Owl House is gonna finish, Red vs. Blue is still gonna go a lot before it finishes, but at some point it will. And until that, I'm keeping the Saturdays free for RWBY. Then we have the point of my Undertale streams. I'm not gonna continue those. I haven't touched the game in months. It's been about life. It's been, you know, I haven't really gotten the nerve to tackle it again. And I know it might, disappoint some people, but it's better this way. I would have just spent so many hours on trying to beat that fight and then beat the other fights, and it was never about the fights with me, so I might just watch videos about the actual ending with that and stuff. So, yeah, that's not gonna come up again. So let me summarize that very quickly for people who don't want me to talk more than a minute. So, Overlord, on YouTube it's gonna be until December until it finishes. On Patreon it already finished, basically. So, the Patreon tier will stay, but nothing more is gonna come. Owl House, I'm gonna finish up season 2, and the 2 Patreon tiers that were for Owl House are gonna be deleted at some point. In August, probably. Red vs. Blue is gonna move to Sundays, still go on, keep the space on Saturdays for RWBY, which I will continue, while the gaming, the Undertale stuff, is not gonna be picked up again. Short, sweet, this is it. So yeah, I want to thank you all for being part of this, and I hope you have a nice life. I hope you're setting your priorities like I do. And I hope you enjoy the rest of what this channel will have in store. So, this is how I'm not saying goodbye yet, but it's the start. It's the beginning of the end, if you want to say so. So, I guess on this note, have a nice day, and I'll see you with the last few videos that I'm gonna record. And, a lot more for Red vs. Blue, but that doesn't matter. Bye.